famous quote attributed to JF Kennedy. When written in Chinese, the word crisis is composed of two characters. One represents danger and the other represents opportunity. Factually accurate or not, this sentiment resonates deeply with Pakistan's current economic landscape, urging us to transform challenges into pathways for growth.
The stabilization we are witnessing today has been achieved through disciplined and well-coordinated monetary and fiscal policies. More importantly, these policies have remained focused on sustaining macroeconomic stability on a more forward-looking basis, rather than becoming complacent after initial gains or easing prematurely, a mistake we have made often in the past.
I think don't declare victory too soon. In 2019, when that period of stabilization started, but then in the middle of 2021, many people went to the then Prime Minister and they said, give some relief to the common man. And then the consequence of that was very clear in terms of the balance of payment crisis that we have.
Agriculture. For decades, this sector has carried our economic growth and livelihoods of millions. Yet, it remains constrained by systemic gaps, fragmented value chains, and lack of integrated support for the farmer. At HBL, we believe this must change. And more importantly, we believe this can change. Agriculture must no longer be limited to lending alone.
US in particular has moved in an extreme positive way towards crypto over the last year. In UAE, there has been really clear regulation, very favorable towards crypto. So clearly just a blanket ban saying no, you can't trade crypto at all is not the best way to handle things. Maybe we can learn a bit from how regulation has moved in other parts of the world.
It's something that needs to come from the government of Pakistan as a policy. You know that, okay, first phase you can export slurry, second phase you really need to move into value-added products. Also, all these large projects, requires a group of people to come together, It's not about us, it's about Pakistan. And when we talk about Pakistan and we talk about large investments, if it's $1 billion, $1.5 billion investments, you can bring the foreign operator, and foreign investor if you want. But something like Recodic, which is $6-7 billion, you can't do without the foreign investor.
आपको पहले प्राइवेटाइजेशन करनी पड़ेगी. Some people will make a lot of money, and part of that money will come to the government in the form of tax revenue. और उसके बाद जब वो मुल्क की इकोनॉमी बेहतर होगी, फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन बेहतर होगी, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप बेहतर होगी, ह्यूमन कैपिटल मुल्क में रहेगा, तब मुल्क में बाकी भी लोग बिजनेस में आएंगे. तो ये जो थीम है ना कि लोग पैसे बना लेंगे, तो पैसे बनाएंगे तो मुल्क के पैसे बनेंगे, वरना नहीं बनेंगे. मोस्टली प्राइवेटाइजेशन हैव बीन गुड फॉर द कंज्यूमर्स, फॉर द इन्वेस्टर्स.
As of September 30th, 54,000 vacant posts have been abolished. This has an annual impact of 56 billion rupees. अगर हम ये आज abolish ना करते, तो ये खर्चा हमें आगे आना पड़ता. तो it's real.
We hope that we do harvest and are able to have trimmed the inefficiencies to a point where the power sector can grow in the future, inshallah. The losses haven't come down to that extent. This year we are focusing on trying to reduce the losses of the distribution companies. I think the boards have been able to play a very important role.
The 2022 flood cost us about 9.8% of our GDP. The damages that were done were equivalent of 9.8% of our GDP. We grow at 2%, 3%, 4%. We flirt with 5% and we go bust. And we go through this boom and bust, boom and bust, boom and bust.
So the question is, in small pieces, where can you separate the economics from the hard security? That's fundamentally the question. Otherwise, the world won't wait for us. right? If the Torkham border is closed 250 days out of 365, the Central Asians are going to find something else.
You've got to grow. I mean, there's no other. And you have got to lower the taxes. And you have to do something with the exports. You can't keep on depending on your foreign remittances. That's not sustainable. You've got to bend backwards to make sure that your exporter and even your domestic producer has a cost advantage, not a cost disadvantage.
I need to congratulate PBC on holding this seminar on the economic journey that we are trying to embark over the last couple of years. And I've always tried to espouse the positive criticism and the feedback that you have tried to give. The economic solutions are very simple. It is the political economy that has to be managed, and that is where we require your support as an advocate of the economy.
What we see is belief in business. 2 decades ago, a small group of business leaders came together with a simple conviction. If we worked collectively, engaged constructively with policymakers, and showcased the excellence of Pakistani businesses, we could help steer Pakistan towards a more competitive and sustainable future. That belief turned a vision into an institution.
Sustainability in the long run is important, because when PBC puts something behind some activity, we must remember we are not funding moments, we are funding a journey. It's not an event that we're funding. If we look at the SMEs, it's a journey with the SMEs to whatever we need, what we think we can help, how we can help them.
I think the business community and PBC needs to be on the front foot. I feel very positive that the government is beginning to respond to us. I think we've got to all work together as one voice across the country, across the regions, across the cities. The stronger we are, the stronger the case.